second. We'll let some people get into the room. Welcome, everybody. Melanie, a artist, musician, music maker, a mandala artist, mandala teacher, and a mother. Most of all, a mother. Also a juice business. We are here together today on this beautiful Sunday. I've been writing a new song, and it doesn't have a name yet. And I don't know anything but the chorus, but I'm going to share that with you guys. Oh, I remember. So this is a song about a seagull. And there's a book out there called Jonathan Livingston Seagull. And it's by a dude, Richard Bach, who's phenomenal. It's the spiritual journey of the seagull and how he ascends and rises past his own expectations in this reality and the realities beyond. In 2021, we rented a beach house for our middle daughter for her birthday party. And I wrote this song there on her birthday. And so this is called Be Like the Seagull. Doing your own thing, all this freedom, blowing by, brushing your wings. You float above it all, still hearing the call, helping to change the directions, always happening to life, while learning to live. I see you, I hear you, sparkle, smile, shining on the rainbows. Feel you, love you, my little Lulu. So smart, very fast, just living in the moment, hoping it'll last. Marching to the beat of your own drum, using imagination, hearing the call, helping to change my perspective, always helping me to love, while learning to live, learning to live. I hear you, I see you, sparkling smile shining on the rainbows. I feel you, I love you, my little. Sand between your toes, running as the wind blows. So much fun in the sun. Hold you in my arms till the day is done. I hear you, I see you, sparkling smile shining on the rainbows. Feel you, I love you, my little Lulu. Feel you. There you have it. That is Be Like the Seagull, and I took a lot of messages that came from that Richard Bach book of Jonathan Livingston Seagull and applied them into that song and really thought of our Lulu. And that was one song, I think the only song that it collaborated lyrically and musically with other people on, which is really cool. So the whole group of people that was staying at the beach house that weekend, we all pitched in and wrote the song together. I asked them each to write something that they thought of when they thought of Lulu. And so all of those lyrics is just a whole compilation of our community of love between our families and friends and all that jazz. It's always awkward being out here playing, but I did that for you guys. I'm gonna go put this away real fast and switch the camera. Just give me 1 second. All right, there's my wall. Welcome. All right, so let's see. I'm also going to bring it down. Thanks for bearing with me. All right. So there we have it. This is my diary of a badass vegan with random scribbles and important shit. As a gift from my family for Christmas, because I've got a cool family like that, and they know who I really am, right? So we're gonna come up here and we're gonna search for some naked lady mandalas again. And the fact that I have to type this in every single time, and it's the only thing that is ever searched on this computer, because my husband doesn't even use his YouTube on the computer ever. And I still gotta go searching for it, because that's how it works. And they don't want this kind of information to be found. They want people to be stuck in their business, stuck as can be. I just listened to an amazing podcast clip from we gotta turn that off. Russell Brand. Oh, so this might not work out too well. We're gonna have to come at it from an angle. There we go. Look at that. All right, so this is why we have two computers. We're gonna sign in and say, hello, everyone. Whee. There we go. So, just watched this clip from Russell Brand. Currently making some titanium white. Oh no, I did bring my brushes out. Titanium white and a little bit of silver to thicken that buddy up, because that's what we've been doing. So yeah, I was listening to Russell Brand, and he was on there with this other awesome feller, and they were talking about how the food system is intentionally trying to poison us. Nobody wants to believe that, of course, but we need to start waking up to these facts, because it truly is. And the more sick the population is, the more money it spends on pharmaceuticals, medical care, all of that jazz. And the more sense it makes that the system keeps cycling through, and lobbyists make money, and all the people in government make money, and the medical systems make money, and the people within the medical systems ignorantly make money. They don't even know like what they're doing and what they're causing. And I also learned that the highest rate of suicides is among doctors. And like, how sad is that? Like, literally, people, how sad is that? Where is the microphone to this business? All right, so it's kind of chaos today, and that's okay. Christopher took the children to yoga. I never thought I'd say that, but I wanted to be able to get 2 live videos in today. So we got 2. I've got my mason jar of water up here. Got my water for the paintbrush. So we wet our paintbrush first. And we're going to start filling in this area, but we're also going to start branching out. I think we're going to make the final leap and take that last petal placement out here and go to the edge. And we're getting closer and closer to finishing, which is really awesome. It's been an awesome journey working with y'all. I'm going to actually switch brushes. Nope, I'm going to stay with the one I got. It's always greener on the other side, and then you get there and you're like, nope, never mind, changed my mind. So what we're going to do is get some white on our brush, and then make sure to soak it into the bristles there. I'm going to put this to the side so we can spin our platter here. Oh, and I did want to talk to you guys real quick. I am sitting on a pile of cards here, but I have this deck here. It's called the Messenger Oracle by Ravine Phelan, I think it's called. So crow medicine has been coming up serious for me, and the first card off of this deck was this card today, and it is Trust in Magic. And this card's coming out to help us remember while on this journey to trust and believe and have faith that magical things can happen, miracles can happen. And what somebody else said today that really struck a chord, I guess we could go like that. Kalina Melnar, who's a fantastic psychic and well, like a healer. We're gonna make these little loop-de-loos. I tried to do them earlier, but they were just too small earlier on in the painting, obviously. But so Kalina Malnar said today that we hear about in the news all of the terrible things that are happening, but we never hear about the miracles that are happening, and that miracles are happening every day. They're happening in your own life. You just might not even recognize what's happening as a miracle. Well, that didn't cover that up as well as I wanted it to, but that's okay. Just keep going. Don't worry about it. Keep moving forward. So yeah, that card with trust in magic, trust in the miracles, trust in the divine forces that are kind of guiding this journey. Hope the microphone's picking up the birds because they sure are beautiful. Y'all saw the back of me while I was playing music, and it's all built up, and it's so crazy that 2 years ago it was all like just a giant field across the street from our house, and so beautiful. And deer and birds and all bluebirds were always in all the pipes that they placed many, many moons ago. And now it's just more shitty houses on a tiny little island that can't really support more people. But as humans go, we're just going to continue to shove ourselves into these tiny spaces and hope for the best, you know? Oh, I got to do something with the computer. Got to like the video. You got to get the algorithm started, right? So crazy. So crazy. And it's so crazy that the things that are most watched are the stupid ass things that keep us stuck in the matrix. And the things that are so powerful and healing and life changing and life altering is kept hidden from view. It just blows my mind in a million pieces how backwards society is, but they talk about that in the Bible, don't they, where things that appear good are evil, and the end of days, and things that appear evil are good. So like how there's like all the talk of conspiracy theories, all the talk of, you know, worshiping these celebrities and worshiping these brands that they wear and promote, and by buying you're worshiping it. False gods, false idols. Uh, that's exactly what celebrities are, is false idols. And why do we care what they're doing anyways? Like, they're the biggest. I can't imagine one celebrity that's not a fake ding dong, you know? Like, I don't know. I'm in a mood today, I guess. But we're here, and I'm painting, and it was unexpected. And so I'm grateful for that. Something I wanted to talk to you guys about was the crow medicine. Every day I drive, and I talked about them in my last video, and they're back again. And for this video, every day I'm driving, I'm seeing like a million crows, and they're flying in front of my car as I'm going, sitting on stoplights that I'm stuck at, and just a constant reminder of their presence, right? So the other morning at the beach, I'm at the beach, and there's crows. And I asked God, what do I need to know? And he said, well, look up crow medicine. And I was like, all right, I got you, homie. So crows help us to recognize soul worth. And this comes from the website, I think, What is My Spirit Animal? They're a really fascinating website that will give you a whole bunch of spiritual meanings to the animals that we're seeing and coming across, and the spirits that are coming across through the animals in our life. Uh, and this is I summarized their interpretation for you guys to make it a little bit easier, but I just wanted to have the resource to check into if and when you wanted to, based on some animals you might be seeing in your life. And because we're all a collective and we're all connected and people are led to their tribe of people and to who they resonate with, you might be seeing crows in your life. And if you are, then this wisdom would be perfect for you, right? So they help us to recognize our soul worth, and they help us to see truths even when the truths may be difficult to see. So I felt that that was interesting. There's oftentimes, and it could be with food, it could be with diet, where like you know that the food you're eating is hurting you. You know, deep down inside, you started feeling the symptoms that you're having from the food every time you eat the food or drink the alcohol or smoke the cigarette or whatever it is. It doesn't matter, pick one. You felt the negative effects of it, but you continue to lie to yourself and tell yourself that it's fine. Maybe you get migraines all the time. Maybe you're dealing with cancer. Maybe you're dealing with really terrible cancer that is stage 4 and you're going to the treatments and to the radiation and to the chemo. But really, if we think about it, maybe the things that we're eating is what's causing the illness in the first place. And so oftentimes those truths are right in our face, and until we address them, they just get louder and louder and louder. And if you don't address them, you have that tower moment where it all comes crumbling down so that you can figure it out and rebuild it from the ground up, right? So crows, again, help us to see the truths even when we don't want to. It can be a sign of dark magic or death as like a bad omen. Some cultures believe them to be bad omens or that people are messing with your psyche. That would be the dark magic they talk about. I don't see them as a negative omen. And maybe if I did see them and when I was seeing them, it was more ominous, or I guess more in an alert mode where they're talking to me and like, and just kind of like really trying to get my attention. Maybe I would see it as more of an ominous presentation. But the crows have been very peaceful and more observing in my situation here. They're believed to be travelers of time. I thought that was really cool, and able to see through the realms. So they're able to relay messages through alternate space, time, and reality. A while back, I don't know if I ever posted it, I did do a video where I said that, the creatures and the plants are the eyes of God for us, and they're the ones present and watching you and your actions when you think no one else is. It's the plants and the animals with that direct connection to divinity as like the ultimate judgment of where your heart is. So I thought that that was really cool. Shapeshifters, teaching us to shape and shift our energy. Kalina did talk about today shaping and transmuting and moving energy as a superpower. And I agree wholeheartedly. This is a very slow process, but it gets us into that peaceful state. We have help us to not fear the changes that come through this life. So they help to provide comfort during turbulent or transformative times within our journey. Right now, our family is outgrowing our space, ready to be reunited with our horse, Lucky. I've had him since he was 2, and he is 22 this April. He turns 22, I think, April 23rd, actually. It'll be so awesome, April 23rd, 2024, to be able to celebrate his birthday with him and make him, like, I can make him a cake this year, but I just want to, like, wake up with him and go and spend the whole day with him and just make him feel really loved. he was doing better. He's kind of slid back some. And so I started worming him again yesterday instead of waiting till the days around the full moon to help get his health under control again, hopefully. Um, but we're looking to manifest a home for him. So if you're somebody out there with stumbled across my channel with millions of dollars and would love to like donate or start a start a little sanctuary, the Lucky Bunny Sanctuary, that would be awesome. We would love to work with you, and I have like really cool visions of just offering a place where people can find some peace and serenity and solitude with a bunch of really awesome happy hippity hoppity bunnies and a lovely old horse who just is full of love and loves to love, and I would love to share his energy with the world. So it'd be cool to do like a bed and breakfast, a vegan bed and breakfast, offer events, um, have really cool greenhouses. I want to do biodome greenhouses that are hurricane proof. I've already researched the crap out of them. Uh, I want to put in a bike path on the property just so I can ride my skateboard next to the pasture and Lucky can come running with me. I think he'd really get a kick out of that. Or pave my driveway. I really want a long driveway with some trees on it. And then he can run next to the skateboard because he used to chase me. We used to play hide and go seek when he was younger up in upstate New York where I was from. He was from Utah originally. And I feel like we are connected past life souls. I know that sounds crazy, but he's definitely a huge part of my life. I broke my back in 2007 after falling off of him one day. Fluke accident. He spooked at a dog we rode with every single day. And that day, it all lined up and divine timing and divine connection. And I fell off, busted my back, but I would have taken down a totally different road and not ended up where I am today had that not happened. So gratitude for those things. But he and I are definitely connected on a soul level. I don't think anybody else is signed in, and that's okay. We're going to keep going. Just wanted to check the chat there. So we're manifesting this farm for him and trusting in magic the whole entire way. And I'm seeing these crows and I'm like, all right, crows, like we're ready for change and movement forward and all that. So I see it as a positive omen. Loud voice used to protect and warn those around you, loved ones and family. So that's what I was talking about, like the bad omen. If they were loud and trying to like really get attention and raise awareness, then it would make more sense that it was like a negative situation. However, we talked about that already. So community oriented, that's something else that has been coming up for me, is that I'm being pulled more into the community. I used to really be this hermit type creature that really enjoyed peace and solitude and would skateboard at 11:30 at night so that I didn't have to see anybody or wave or smile or just I could just be there and just be me, you know. And now I'm being pulled into this community centered life, and it's not what I wanted, but it's everything that I need, right? So, strategically attack in order to defend their family, bring justice on their wings, speak your truth without fear. I interpreted that message as having strategy when making decisions, resolving conflict, and protecting your family at all costs. And oftentimes we don't do that. Oftentimes we, walk away. I'm somebody that has walked away from my family in some respects. I've keep I've kept distance, but friendliness and love and kindness and all that stuff. But in order to survive and thrive and heal, we needed to have that distance. And I needed to do it not just for myself, but for my girls. And it really is about, protecting what we've created and these gifts that have been God created, such as children. And especially in a time like this, in that podcast with Russell Brand, I'm going to link it below because it's really, really phenomenal. He's gotten quite the following. So stoked for him. He's at 6.3 million followers. 50% of the US population has infertility issues. 50%. They're legit killing off this population via the food and the stabby jabby program that we all aren't allowed to talk about still, because that's like absolutely ridiculous that it's all been ousted and it's all been exposed, and yet the censorship is still real. Don't get your stabby jabbies. Stop getting your stabby jabbies, especially if you don't feel good, because they're definitely contributing to the stabby jabbies. Just because you don't feel good doesn't mean you have that big C thing. You know, like there's still illnesses, flus, all that stuff rolling around. Can't tell you the number of people that have been testing themselves lately because they think that they have the thing. And the stabby jabbies, oh my gosh, it just goes on and on. And yet, I wish people just listen to themselves. I wish people listen to their intuition. I wish people listen to God instead of listening to a television that really just lies to you, lies straight to your face, changes the narrative, lies again, changes the narrative, lies again. It's one of the most frustrating and difficult things to watch and be witness to. However, it's the journey I've signed up for. I'm talking to you guys about all these health changes and all of this information on here because this is all of the things that I want to say to the people that are around me, but they're done hearing me preach. And so if I can say it to you guys and maybe open up someone's eyes via here that doesn't hear me say this all the time, that'd be awesome. Maybe somebody's heard me say it and they watch this video and maybe it strikes a chord in a different way now. But what we're doing to our children, what we're doing to the next generation, and there's something that Native American folks talk about, is 7 generations. The decisions and choices that we're making in today are going to affect people 7 generations down the road. And I thought about that as well, is that, you know, by reaching out and being a kind person, you might change that person's day, which then changes their life forever. And it's forever changed and you can't go back. And that change, whatever you did in negative, positive way, is going to affect their kids somehow. And it's going to affect the kids after them somehow. And it's going to affect, you know what I mean? Like it just trickles down the way. And so we need to think in that 7th generation mindset. Like the fish you eat today, yeah, it's going to affect you, but it's also going to be one less fish to feed the other fish in the ocean. It's going to be one less fish for a bigger fish than that to eat. And so we're like slowly affecting and causing a ripple effect, whether we know it or not, or realize it or not. All right, so we're here. We're at this point. We're like, what are we going to do? Where are we going to go next? Oh, this is good. This is a good point to talk about this. The next point of the crow medicine is puzzle solver. Figuring out obstacles and challenges in order to move around and about. So we are doing a puzzle right now. Mandalas are always a puzzle. We got a little bit of a lag here. Hopefully it kicks back in. Oh, my Wi-Fi's kicked off. Oh no. All right, so we're back at it. We're back in action. Thanks for being patient. So we are identifying the parts of this puzzle and how we are going to take it next step by step, right? Trying to get it more in the sunshine. This was a fun journey doing this out on the porch, but I was like, I really want to do it live, but I really want my sunshine. So here we are. I think at this next step, in this next part of the puzzle, I'm going to do some dots. And I'm going to go here around this part. And then I'm going to make a petal here. And it's going to be a thinner petal instead of something wide like this. I am going to go get my dotting tools right quick. So have patience with me one more time. All right. This is our dotting tool kit. And these little handy dandy dotters are cool beans. So this is the little wand. And you dip it in the paint, and you swirl it around. It's a little bit chunky, but that's okay. We're going to put a dot right in the center here. We're going to put our dotter tool straight up and down. Paint's getting chunky because it's drying out. That is what it is, right? We're also going to come down the side here. And it creates this descending dot pattern, which we can do all of the big ones first. And then I'll show you guys, because the reverse side is half the size of the other side. So when we flip it, we already have a smaller dot for our descending dot pattern. I really had a lot of fun creating these videos and showing up for people and, you know, sticking to the time commitment and also trying to incorporate it more. Like, I feel more productive as an artist and as a teacher and all of the things. And so after you use your dotter tool, you want to clean it off every time using the inside of my reefer bag. That's another thing. All this freaking talk about, oh God, marijuana, it's not legal, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, y'all, you sit there and complain about reefer, yet you put your kids on ADD medication, or you put your kids on high blood pressure medication. There's always this judgment. Well, I can tell you that with the small amount of reefer that I do take in, I'm a better parent, I'm a better mother, I'm a better human being, I'm happier, I'm more divinely connected. Oh, well, you shouldn't need drugs to get you to that connection. Well, until you come live my life and you do the things that I do on a daily basis, and you wake up every day and you show up every day, and let me tell you what, like, there's days that I don't want to show up. There's days where I don't want to be out of bed, and it is like a mental and emotional fight to get me there. We might get all quiet here. Nope, that's somebody else. It's a mental and emotional fight to get me out of bed because I'm just whooped. I'm tired, and it's okay to feel that way. This is always tricky when your dot goes awry. That's okay. Nobody will notice. Just keep going, guys. And the way that I get out of bed, the way that I choose to get out of bed. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go brush my teeth. And I'm going to wash my face. And I'm going to see myself in the mirror. And say hello. And you know what? I feel a little bit better. And I go downstairs and I put a smile on my face. And I feel a little bit better. And I see the bunnies. And I feel better. I see my girls working as a team to take care of those said bunnies every morning, getting up and cleaning and doing all the things that they do. And it just puts my heart into a wonderful place. They're learning responsibility. They're learning commitment. They're learning what it feels like to take care of another being. They're watching somebody grow right in front of their eyes. Like, such a cool experience. They're watching personalities blossom and evolve. And those things help me get out of bed. I find gratitude for the things that I have in my life because not everybody has a family that wants a family. I find gratitude for the home that I have, and I find gratitude for the car that I have. And for like the longest time, the people at the barn used to talk shit about me because they never came to see my horse. And I told the one woman, I was like, I didn't have a car for like the first 3 years he was here. She was like, what? I was like, then the car that we had, we borrowed from somebody. It wasn't even our car. And so the first time that we've had 2 working vehicles since 2017 was last January, a year ago. you don't know someone's story until A, they tell you it, or like B, you live it and walk it. And so like releasing the judgment is huge in this life. Releasing the judgment of others and where they're at on their journey is huge. I did the best I could with what I'd been given, and I had been given nothing, so I could work my way up and build into something new and completely different. And for that, I'm grateful. I love this dotting game. Dots are so much fun. So now that we solved that puzzle, the puzzle of getting out of bed in the morning, find your gratitude. Look for the good things that you have going on for you in your life. And there's always something. There's one good thing that you've got. And even if you can't think of anything, there's still one good thing you've got. You got the breath in your bones. You got the breath in your body. You got prana, good ass prana, like Infinite Water says. If you need somebody motivational and inspirational to listen to, he's a great way to start. He will change your life. He changed mine since 2017. Kalina's changed mine since 2017. Lee Harris has changed mine since 2017, and Amanda Ellis, she's changed my life since 2017. All of these people have like had massive effect on who I am as a person, and definitely need to have a shout out for those folks. We're gonna come in here and place another little dot. I love dotting, do 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 do. I don't do it enough. A little buddy dot in there, cause a little space. Gotta talk to yourself through life just like we talk to ourselves through mandalas, and put our little sound effects in and try not to fuck up the shit we've already done and accomplished, because that's life. Like you do all this stuff and you organize and then you like fuck it all up. Excuse my language for anybody new. I do swear, but I feel like it's to break down paradigms associated with these words that don't really exist in the end game anyways. We give them meaning, but do they really mean anything, or is it only the meaning that we've given it? It's all a conundrum, right? There, I got a paper towel. I always got a handy paper towel. So, any other dots we can stick in here? Not, I don't think so. Let's see. I wonder if I can do something. So I like to use these daughter tools. This is cool. Where you place the dot and then slide it down. Place the dot and slide it down. So that's going to get us a smaller line in there, but I am going to use a smaller daughter to get us an even thinner line than what we've got going on. And my paint's starting to harden, which is a little detrimental to where we want to be, but that's okay. So place the dot, drag the paint. Dip, place the dot, drag the paint. Place the dot, drag the paint. Place the dot, drag the paint. All right, so next crow medicine. What we got here? Susceptible to manipulation and trickster energy. Funny thing, we had April Fool's Day yesterday. I did not have any tricks played on me, thank goodness. I did play a trick on our daughters and told them somebody bought us a trip to Spain and had them going for about 3 minutes. And then I was like, I'm just kidding. April Fools. But maybe there's people around you who have been manipulating you. Maybe there's people around you that have ill intentions. Maybe there's people around you that are kind of playing tricks on you to get a rise out of you. Crow Spirit is probably saying, you could play the tricks back, or, gather up your family, gather up your goods, and get on out of there and move on. You don't need that shit. Nobody's got time for that, right? I don't think anybody's here still. We're still going. All right, that's good to know. We're all connected still. So we're slowly working our way. And it's 17:17. Look at that. Well, in about 15 minutes, we're going to sign off and say our farewells till Wednesday. Next time's Wednesday around 11:30. I'll be signing on every Wednesday at 11:30. My daughters have a music lesson. And so that's one thing I can commit to. It's a 12-minute drive that I take them there, and can come back, sign on for a good 45 minutes, hang out with you guys, do some mandalas and lunch, and then go pick them up again. And it gives me time to hang out with you guys, stretch my mandala skills, stretch my speaking skills. The more I do this, the more comfortable I will be doing this. That's the lesson of life with anything. The more you do something, the better off you're going to be. In the grand scheme of things, you're going to work the muscles for it. And so sometimes we have to work our muscles mentally and emotionally, right? Like, it's taken me several years to be able to deal with my mother, but through having patience and learning the lessons in my soul, I've been able to tolerate things much easier. I'm gonna pause. We're almost coming up on this completion of this cycle here. The next part of crow medicine is encouraging towards achieving goals and dreams. So that was something really resonating for us, is manifesting this farm, manifesting this peace and serenity, manifesting this juice business. Like, what are you manifesting in your life? Where do you see the road in your life taking you? What goals are you working towards? What goals are you trying to achieve? I love talking to people, and I love learning where everybody's at and how the universe is working in their life. And so if you have anything that's really been working for you, or if this crow medicine resonates for you, please leave a comment. Please share in the chat. It helps boost the algorithm. It helps boost the visibility of the posts. And if you haven't subscribed, please, follow along. I'm just here to help people and change perspective. Just like in that song, helping to change the perspective. And that's what Lulu's done for me, where there's been times where it's been like really stressful and really painful or whatever I'm going through. And she comes in and she makes me laugh so hard. She's full of humor, huge, big love in her heart. And so, yeah, it's been a cool journey with that kiddo. I think that we might draw one more card. Oh, wait. Walking your talk is what builds your dreams. So, integrity, that was a card we pulled in our last video. Having integrity, doing things out of integrity, walking in alignment with what you speak about. So, like, for me, I've been vegan since 2016, and I'm not just vegan on the weekend. I'm not just vegan during the week. I'm not just vegan when I want to be. I'm vegan hardcore. Like, if I go to a restaurant and they don't have options, I don't eat. If I go to a party and they don't have options, I don't eat. I choose not to. And it goes against my morals, ethics, and values. And so I stand in my integrity, and that makes me a really powerful person, because so many other people get swayed, or their choices or decisions change based on the atmosphere that they're currently residing in. And so I encourage everybody out there to stand in your integrity and walk your talk, and that's what's going to build your reality into a really powerful place that you might not have expected. So yeah, I was gonna paint a little bit more, but that's it for today. So let's clear these cards. I'm gonna set up to do this. Ooh, the sun's going down. So, divine benevolent. Trying to put it here. So we have embrace the feminine. Beautiful card. I'm going to pull one more. I love these cards. This is like one of my favorite decks to work with and something I've worked with for since 2017. This is one of the first decks I purchased. But the Embrace the Feminine card, right now we're coming out of a system of patriarchy in the patriarchal society, which has not served us well. It's served us full of war and violence and anger and resentment and abandonment wounds and all sorts of things have come from the patriarchy. And so by embracing the feminine energy that's going on in our world, we're embracing the fertility of new beginnings. We're embracing love and kindness and tenderness and empathy and the emotional side of life and seeing things from a different perspective. Um, so I encourage you guys when you're out in public, maybe come at it from a different perspective instead of, action, rigid. Uh, this is the way it is because that's the way it's always been, and maybe alternate our view a little bit and have some empathy and compassion for those around us and everything that they're going through, and come at it from a mothering perspective, maybe. So there's that one. This one came out next. This one's Observe in Silence. And I love this little fox. And so this totally resonates with what I was talking about earlier, on how there's so many people around me in my life that I want to say things to, that I want to talk to, that I want to have conversation with. And yet, I know that I'm just supposed to keep my mouth shut. And so I'm able to like vent through video here and talk to people here. And by observing in silence, we're allowing the process, we're allowing their journey, we're not influencing their journey, and they're able to learn the lessons of awakening that they're meant to learn and that their soul is here to learn. By putting ourselves in people's lives with unasked for advice, we start to shift and change their journey. And that's something that I was very hell-bent on doing, which created chaos in my own life, and I built up karma with that. And so now I just keep my mouth shut. But I can inform people here instead, and it doesn't directly affect those people and their journey. So this came out next. These next three cards came out bottom of the deck. And so our first dragon card has the full moon there, and the full moon in Libra is coming up, which is going to be bringing a lot of balance, a lot of justice, a lot of things that have been out of balance. It's going to be helping to put them back in balance. That could be balance within relationships, within friendships, within jobs, within time, energy, commitments, within karma. And things that you might have put out into the universe can definitely come back to you at this full moon, and things that you've put out that are positive to the universe could also come back at this full moon. And so stay strong through the times that we're going to be going through. There's very transformative times coming up ahead. We also have Pluto moving from Aquarius into Pisces for a short period of time and then back into Aquarius, but then we'll move and stay into Pisces for the next 20-year cycle in 2024. So this movement is happening, and it's causing a lot of death, rebirth, and new beginning cycles. So hang on and stay strong through that. The next card that was bottom of the deck was Have Courage. And I figured this was a very powerful, positive message and a beautiful card. I love the golden mane on this lion. We have these lion's head rabbits with us now in our family, and these beautiful spiritual purple eyes with the third eye illuminated. And so it's interesting that the third eye on this guy's illuminated, and the third eye as well on the fox is illuminated. Not so much the feminine. And the dragon, the previous dragon, also had an illuminated third eye. And so having courage through these times, that was the thing that kept the terrible, or the cowardly lion held back in his life and his advancement, was that lack of courage. So find your bravery, find the courage to overcome the fears that are holding you back and not allowing you to move forward in this life. Take the leap of faith and dream big, because amazing, miracle, awesome things are happening for everybody right now. And the last card that came on the bottom of the deck went along with the first two, and that card is Be Patient. And so this third eye is also illuminated. Right now, we all want things to happen right now in this moment, instant, microwavable mac and cheese style, where it's like 30 seconds and you have garbage, but not food. That's not the reality that we've built. And so I know that it took 30 to 31 years for me to get my shit together and wake up to what was going on around me and what was going on within my body and within my health. and it doesn't happen or change overnight. And so the processes of detox, the process of healing, the process of shadow work does not happen overnight. So we have to be patient with that process. And that also goes for the process of manifestation. Manifestation does not happen overnight. It takes time. It takes you being ready. It takes the product, whatever you're manifesting, to be ready. And so we need to have patience with the process that's divinely guided, and everywhere that you are right now is exactly where you are meant to be. And so embracing that, accepting that, finding your gratitude for wherever you are at. And if that means you are homeless, um, then that's where you're at. But have the gratitude for the things that you do have. And if you're homeless and naked and have nothing to your name, then I'm sorry. Have gratitude for breath in your lungs, and have gratitude that there's a tree that you sleep under sometime. But if you, and that you have a cell phone, that you're watching me from this. But if you're homeless and you have clothes on your back, find gratitude for the clothes on your back. Find gratitude for the coat that you have. Find gratitude for the bag of belongings that you're able to carry with you. Find gratitude that you stayed sober for a couple hours. Start small. Start little itty bitty steps, and then grow from there. When I was working out of the darkness and shit of my life and was homeless and sometimes could not afford gas, I found gratitude for the $2.25 that I found in my cup holder so that I could buy a gallon of gas at that time. Granted, gas doesn't cost that cheap anymore, but so that's life, you know. When I found that gratitude, I walked into the store and a man gave me another $5 because he witnessed the struggle I was going through, had empathy and compassion for what I was going through, and gave me a little bit of something to stretch me by. And in that moment, I realized that everything was going to be provided for me. I just needed to ask, and I needed to pray, and I needed to find the help within my own heart and open myself up to the state of receiving. And so, like I said, when you're homeless, when you're going through the shit, find the gratitude for what you've got and move forward from it. And be patient with the manifestation process, because it is coming. It's coming for you. Everything that's coming for you is meant for you, and it's going to be here when it's meant to be here. Whew. I get all fired up when I start channeling. That's so much fun. And so last but not least, we're going to go back to the crow medicine, and we're going to end on the crow medicine. And we're going to remember to trust in the magic, trust in the miracles, trust in the good. There's so much good on this planet. There's so much beauty on this planet, and we need to look for that and think about that and focus on that instead of focusing on the really dark and destructive energies, because it's the opposite of what they want, right? So with all that said, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful day. I wish you so much peace, so much love, so much namaste. I'm going to hold this up a little bit more for you and let you take in those divine codes. We didn't get out to where I wanted to go today, and that's okay. We'll get there on Wednesday. We're going to get out to the outer edge and maybe finish this up in the next 2 or 3 videos. Maybe it's a 10 video series. Who knows? Who knows, right? So, sending you all so much peace, so much love. Oh, that's using ab work. And so much namaste. And I've got paint and whew, look at that. Huh, the gold paint. It's the gold lining to life. It's there. It's powerful. It's amazing. And also my rug out here. My entryway rug. I lay legit on the front porch in the front doorway. And that's where the sunshine is. And that's where I am. Sending you all so much peace, so much love, so much namaste. I'm going to go cook dinner for my family. We are having cream of asparagus soup and sauteed shiitake mushrooms, salad with a side of avocado. And it's going to be delicious. And wish you all were here to enjoy dinner with us. But since you're not, we're going to enjoy it for you and send prayers out to you all. And hope you all are doing okay on this crazy journey of life that we are living all together as a collective, helping to awaken humanity together. So all the love, peace, my friends. Adios. Yes, I want to stop the streaming. What are you thinking?